Hello everyone and welcome to Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale, here in the Valley of the Sun on a beautiful spring afternoon. I'm Bob Varsho, working with Steve Bignante, Rick DeBrule, Lynn Woodward, Tiffany Stone, Tyler Hoover, and Christian Murphy. And there's a look inside the acres of tents housing the dream rides that will cross the Barrett-Jackson block.
Line number 1330 rolling up, 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle Custom Coupe, complete show quality custom build with attention to detail throughout. This car has custom Mercedes red leather interior done by award-winning John Lynn.
I've had it been done at 300. I get it been 300,000 done at been done at 25, 50. Had it been 75, 50, 75, 100, 100,000 done now quarter. I get it done at 25, it been there. 100 and a quarter done at been done at about 125. Had it been done at back at about 100, been done at about 125, 5, 5, 10, 20. Had it been done at 120. Had it been done at back at about 30. I get it been 30,000 done at about 30, 30. Had it been done at about 20. I get it been done at $130,000 is all. I get it been 20, 30. I get 130,000 done at been done at back at about 20, 30. $130,000 here done at 30. Had it been done at 40, 50. $150,000 you're late. 150. $150,000 $160,000 $160,000 he done it 50 60 70 170 80 180 80 80 80 90 90 92 2 2 I get it $200,000 I get it 2 2 to 10 I get it 10 20 I get it 20 I get it 220 30 I get it 40 50 I get it $250,000 I get it 190 I get it 250 50 out of it trade $250,000.
Thousands of hours were put into this, no expense spared, absolutely beautiful build.
Yes, 250, 260. I get about $50,000 now. I get about 50 now, 560. I get about $160. I get about $50,000. Everybody, it's out 5. I get about $100,000, 570. I get about $270,000. I get about $100,000, 75. I get about $100,000, 580. I get about $280,000. I get about 80, 80, 80. Everybody through. Everybody done at 80,000, saying done at 80. I get about 80. 277 is bid. $280,000. Out of the $100,000. I get about 80, 80, 80. Where else can you put? Yes, 82. Out of the 82. Out of the $100 now 2. Out of the $100, thank you. Out of the 82. And now 5. Out of the 285, 5, 5. Out of the 285. Out of the 285. Out of the 285. Out of the $285,000. He done it about 5 trade. Real quick on that car.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not let this absolutely gorgeous 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle Custom Coupe Getaway powered by a new supercharged GM Performance LT5.
290 is bid. 300,000. Out of the $100 now 3. Out of the $100 out of the 3. Now I got 5, 3. I get 95 out of the 3. I get about $300,000. Out of the $100 out of the 3, 3, 3. Everybody through. Everybody down to $300,000. Out of the $100 3. I get about 3, 3, 3. I get about yes, 300 is bid.
Make some noise, Scottsdale. We're making history up here at Barrett-Jackson.
$300,000. Out of the $100 3. Out of the $100 out of the 3, 3, 3. Out of the $100 out of the $300,000. Everybody through. Everybody down. Out of the $100 back at about $300,000. Out of the sold $297,000.
Now on stage is lot 1320, a 1970 Chevelle Ss 396 Convertible.
The big deal here is the L78 engine, which has 375 horsepower, the aluminum intake manifold, a Hawley, and the price of that was a mere $210.65 over the less exotic 396s. But again, that's what makes this car very desirable versus a standard 396.
Yeah, having seen just those 3 LS6s roll across, we're like, oh yeah, this is just a 375 horsepower job. One interesting thing about this, and we were just talking about documentation in the 1950s, and also as you went through the years, there were VIN numbers, but unless you had something called a build sheet, you oftentimes didn't really know what it came with. Well, according to the consignor, and this is part of the racer collection, they have 2 build sheets to go along with this. So they know everything that came with this, that it is indeed a real deal SS, exactly the way it was born with the right color combination.
It's also a matching numbers car, and yes, the serial number was stamped into the transmission, and there are date codes that are very specific to these things. There's a thing called the L78 registry, which is a sort of a gatekeeper of vehicles like this. It's online, and this car is a member, so it's not a clone, not a replica. It's the real thing.
Check out the number. We're at $250,000. That documentation makes a huge difference. If you have documentation for a car, I have to talk about barn finds. There's barn find cars, and there's also barn find documentation. If you find documentation stuffed away someplace, and even if it's not a car you're associated with, if you got the VIN number, do a search. Maybe it's being sold out there, and the people would love to have those original documents.
And the hood pins are wonderful. There are 2 latches. It's not really necessary to have these. In fact, they don't really do anything at all. They do function, but they're also just a really cool street cred touch. And they were part of the ZL2 hood, the hood pins.
Now on the block, did somebody say 1970 Chevelle Ls6? Here's another one, and we're at 175.
But this one's slightly different than the last one. That's because this has a 4-speed up front. So yes, you would have paid more for the automatic back then, but today you're going to pay more for the 4-speed. And we're just about to hit $200,000, and we got that very quickly. We're there right now.
This one also has something unusual, the chambered exhaust. No mufflers under this one. What you'll see instead are pipes with dimples in them. This is the NC8 chambered exhaust system for $15.80. What you got was about another 15 horsepower thanks to the reduced back pressure. But again, a very rare option and also pretty controversial. It was almost too loud to be legal. Almost.
Wow, we're closing in on $250,000. And this is not a Copo car. Remember we talked about Copos back in the day that had to be specially ordered? You could just get these from Chevrolet, and they made about 4,500 of these in 1970.
Yes!
This one also has the 410 rear axle ratio. And again, that's a Sprinter, not a cruiser.
And by the way, this is the second of 3 LS6s crossing the block here at Barrett-Jackson right now.
See inside, this has the bench seat. Buckets for extra cost.
$300,000.
Boy, the auctioneer's going to wear out his gavel, hammering away at numbers like this. $300,000.
On 1311, specialist update here for the 1967 Chevrolet Corvette Custom Convertible. 6.2-liter LS3 crate engine putting out 525 horsepower, heavy-duty T56 6-speed manual transmission, Chevrolet Performance transmission installation kit, the Corvette 1967.
Oh, my. You're going to get down, look right here. You're going to get down, right there. You're going to get out of it, 300,000. At 300 grand, you're going to get out of it, you're going to get out of it, you're going to get out of it, 10, 25, you're going to get out of it, 35, you're going to get 50, at 50, 75, you're going to get 60, 75, 85, 85, and 100, you're going to get down 25. At 125, you're going to get 10, you're going to get down 25. At 125, you're going to get out of it, 125, 35, you're going to get down 50. And now 150, and now 150, and now 150, 60, you're going to get out of it, get down 150, you're going to get out 60, and 150. You're going to get out of it, 60. You're going to get out of it, get down 60. And 160,000. You're going to get down 55, 60. And 155. You're going to get 60. Now 5. You're going to get down 70. And now 170. You're going to get down 5. And now 80. You're going to get 80. You're going to get 80. You're going to get 80. 90. You're going to get down 2. And now 200,000. You're going to get 5, 2. And now 2. You're going to get out of it, get down 3, 200,000.
What a beautiful Corvette. Cover lock venom wheels, optional silver finish, 3-spoke spinners wrapped in Diamondback Classic ST1 Redline radial tires.
2. Yes, 2. Here to get down 10. And now 2, 10. You're going to go on 5. And now 2, 5. You're going to get out of it, get 10. You're going to get out of it, get 5, 10. And now 2, 10. You're going to get down 10, 15. You're going to get down 20. And now 2, 20. At 2, 20. You're going to get out of it, get 2, 20, 20, 20. You're going to get down 5. You're going to get 5, 30. And now 2, 30. And now 230,000. You're going to get out of it, get down 2, 30. And now 2, 30. And now 230,000. You're going to get out of it, get 30. Now 5. And now 235, 40. And now 240. You're going to get out of it, get 240. And now 240. You're going to get out of it, get down 240. And now 240,000. You're going to get out of it, get 240. And now 240. And now 245. And now 50. And now 250,000. You got to be 50, Blake, to get down 250. And now 250. And now 50, 75. And now 260. And now 260. To get out of it, get 50, 60. And now 250. You're going to get out of it, get 60. At 260. You're going to get down 70. To get down 270. And now 70. You're going to get 80. And now 280. You're going to get 80. You're going to get out of it, get down, get out of it, get 80. And now 280. You're going to get out of it, get out of it, get 80. And now 280. You're going to get 80. You're going to get 80. You're going to get 90. You're going to get, oh, you got to be 300. And now 300. And now 300,000. You're going to get out of it, get 3. And now 3. You're going to get out of it, get 3. You're going to get out of it, get 290. 300 has been. And now 310. And now 300. You're going to get down 10. And now 310. You're going to get out of it, get down 10, 10. Yes, no, Blake, time's here, buddy. And now 310. And now 310,000. You're going to get out of it, get 310, 10, 10. You're going to get out of it, get 310,000. Sold! $300,000 internet.
Here's lot 1363, a 1963 custom split window coupe.
What flavor Corvette do you want in custom form? We've got them, and as I mentioned earlier, 10 split windows crossing the block from 1963, 6 of them customed like this one, 650 horsepower under the hood, this beautiful gray paint, red interior. Boy, it's just perfect.
There were 10,940 of these made with the split window, so they're theoretically enough to go around for the hot rodders and the restorers alike. But I love the idea that this one has the LT4 supercharged Chevy small block, 650 horsepower.
Wow, $350,000. Nicely done. I'd say that was $750,000 worth of celebration, because that's what he's paying for the car, plus the 10% buyer's premium, of course.
And we've got another Corvette on the block right now. This is the one that Craig and Steve told us about, another 1967 Corvette. This one, big block, 427 cubic inches, 435 horsepower.
This is the L71, the big dog. The only thing better than this would have been the L88. The price on this was $437 more than the base 327 small block. And these 427 tri-powers were strictly manual transmission. No automatics behind the big dog.
Boy, this one has been judged and it has been proven worthy. It has a number of awards, top flight awards. And as we pointed out before, they have a special sticker that they put on the side of the car. The National Corvette Restorer Society, this says for Scottsdale 2021, so that everything that's on the car card in terms of claims as to what it's been judged to have won is legitimate.
And this car is painted rally red, which roughly 12% of the 22,940 Corvettes were painted. The next popular color, or the most popular color, was Goodwood Green.
Holy torpedoes, look at that. $360,000, the current bid for this thing. I've mentioned before, some people want to be the first to get a car judged. In this case, I think this car is bringing big money because it has been judged.
So it has side pipes. These were a $131 option.
Everything about that baby is popular.
Very special car. Cue the video, please. We'll hear from General Motors to tell you about this very special car is Sean Finnegan. Sean, tell us a little bit about the car, and then Shelley Watts, tell us a little bit about the United Way and what they do.
Thank you. First and foremost, thanks to Craig, Steve, the entire Barrett-Jackson team for this opportunity. It is great to be back in Scottsdale. Thank you all. A little over a year ago, to great fanfare, we introduced the first ever mid-engine Corvette, the C8. As a matter of fact, VEN number 1 crossed this very block a little over a year ago. I am now excited to present the first retail production convertible. This is the first retail one built, and it's very excited. 3LT, 6.2 liter V8, 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. 3LZ package, PDR, Z51. Not only will the winning bidder get this great car, they'll also get Corvette Owner School for 2 at the Ron Fellows Performance Driving Academy at Spring Mountain. And I'm really excited to say 100% of the proceeds are going to the United Way of Southeastern Michigan. I'd like to present Shelley Watts, Vice President Fund Development, United Way, Southeastern Michigan.
Hi everyone, it's good to be here, and so thankful for the entire crew at Barrett-Jackson, for Craig Jackson, Steve Davis, and the entire team. Really appreciate being here. And so another special shout out to Terry Radigan and Lori Wingirter from our friends at GM that helped to make this charity auction happen. The proceeds for this amazing vehicle are going towards helping Detroiters maintain and obtain employment. So we'll be providing rides for job interviews, medical screenings, and even childcare enrollment. And also backup rides for if people's cars break down during that really critical 30, 60, 90 days of employment to help keep Detroiters employed. Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the winning bidder will receive the first retail production of the all-new 2020 mid-engine C8 Corvette Convertible, 495 horsepower, 470 pounds of torque, making it the most powerful production Stingray ever. I need you to make some noise in here, Scottsdale.
Well, this is the Corvette that Zora Arkus Duntov wanted as early as 1960, and, well, we finally have it. The mid-engine car. Now, in order to make this possible, the cockpit has moved forward 16.5 inches versus the C7 of last year, 2019. And of course, that was all done to make room for the 6.2-liter LT2, which lives right here. And here's the thing, in base form, these things make 495 horsepower. I can only imagine what's down the road.
Yeah, you realize how many times we saw sketches and concepts of mid-engine Corvettes that were kind of teased and promised, and then finally, with just about the time we thought, we're never going to see that, this thing rolled around. And you talk about the fact that it has 495 horsepower. I mean, the base price for the non-convertible version is under $70,000. I think this year now, with delivery, it's going, a couple hundred above. And people say, well, you got to spend all that extra money to get, more. No, you don't. You can get a base model Corvette, and it's a supercar right out of the box. $59,000, $60,000 is the actual price we're talking, not $70,000.
Really, it's an American miracle. Only in America.
It really is. I mean, this is a supercar that you can buy and drive every day.
Yeah, speaking of America, most of these cars will be sold here, but the C8 is the first Corvette that can be built with right-hand drive for European sale.
Check out the number, $400,000.
Everybody down at $425,000 and a half. Sold for $400,000.
There you go, $400,000, a new high sale of the day and the auction. We'll be back to Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Right now we're working lot 1367, a 1967 custom Corvette convertible.
Well, this one is a custom, of course, and it looks very stock, but we have to remember that these massive wheels and tires are larger than stock, so the rear wheel opening has been very deftly stretched. If you put a stock 15-inch Corvette wheel in there, it would look lost. But I applaud the worker who made that look pretty much stock, but made the room for the huge tires, and the red lines really just set it off with the black paint. Great looking combo.
Yeah, this is a fresh build, just finished in this last year. We'll call it a pandemic finish. Underneath an Art Morrison chassis, that beautiful lipstick red interior. Once again, yet another 1967. There are fewer of the 67s, and there seem to be fewer stock ones left as we see this. And they point out this was a car that had never been hit, so it was undamaged underneath.
Massive Willwood disc brakes all the way around, coil-over suspension in the back with 4 links.
Ooh boy, $400,000. Our second such sale, first in the retail category, and that is our number 3 sale of the day and number 5 of the auction.
Let's take a peek under this beautiful 63 Corvette with the chassis cam. And there is the underpinnings. Yes, an aftermarket chassis indeed. Underside of the LS3. There's a 6-speed manual transmission feeding through a live drive shaft. And yeah, Corvette suspension out back with coilovers replacing the leaf spring that would have been stock.
According to the consignor, more than 4,600 hours were spent building this particular split window into a custom. And look at the money we're seeing. And they said over 600 of the hours were spent just fabricating the carbon fiber pieces. And there's a number of them. The bumpers, the little, where the chrome pieces would have been on the hood. Just a number of little tiny pieces, and it's amazing the work that's been able to go into this.
And again, there were 10,594 split window coupes made, so plenty to go around.
Wow, $410,000. I think the internet bidder was just a little too slow raising his bid, or her bid. Lost out to someone in the room.
Oh, at $1,358. The 1959 Chevrolet Corvette Custom Convertible. 1959 Pro Touring style Corvette, professionally built with a new 2020 Corvette LT1 direct injected 6.2 liter V8 engine. Puts out 460 horsepower, 150 miles on the build.
Right, had to get down, Bowtie pay. I'd had to get down, Bowtie paying, have it on it, on him, had to get down to get this thing, I'd had to get down, Bowtie paying 50, 50, 75, and 100,000 on it, and 100,000 on it, and 100,000 on it, out of it to get down 125, now 50, 850 pound, $75 on it, paid to get down 175, 5, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 200 pound, $25, now 50, and 250 pound, and 2.5 on it, paid to get down 250, now 75, and 275, 3, and 300,000 on it, out of it to get down 3, to get down 3, to get down 300 pound, out of it to get down, Bowtie on it, pay, and 3, 3, 3, quarter, 3.25, now half, a 350 on it, paid to get down 350 pound on it, a 350, 75, 4, and 400,000 on it, and 400,000 on it, out of it to get down 4, and 400,000 on it, out of it to get down 4, a 480, now 4, and 400,000 on it, and 400, I had to get down 400,000 on it, right here, and 400, Blake, you want 400 pound on it, and 400 pound on it, out of it to get down 85, now 4, you say 4, now quarter, and 4 and a quarter, and 425, and 425, 550, and 450 pound on it, out of it to get down 450 pound on it, on it, to get down, to get down 450 pound on it, and 450, now 75, and 475, and 475, 475, 475, 500, and 500, and 500, and 500, and 525, and 525, now 50, and 550 pound on it, on it, to get down, Bowtie on it, to get down 5.5, and 600 pound on it, and 600 pound on it, and 600 pound on it, out of it to get down, put a little money in the checking out of the savings, I had to get down, hey, 600,000 on it, out of it to get down, Bowtie pay all through. And 600,000 on it, 600,000 on it, did you say 575? And 600,000 on it, and 600,000 on it, 600,000 is bid, and now 50, and 650, and 650, and 650, you want 25 on him here, and 625, 50, and 650 pound on it, out of it to get up 50, 50, 50, and 650 pound on it, everybody through. And 650 is bid, and 675, and 675 here. I get 650, 675, 675. You want 675, and 675, 700, and 700, and 700, and 700,000 on it, out of it. 700,000 is bid, and 725, and 725, and 725 to get down, 725 to get all through, all done, and 725, 50, and 750, and 750, and 750, and 750 pound on it, out of it to get all through. 750 is bid, and 800,000 on it, and 750, and 800,000 on it, and 800,000 on it. Everybody clap your hands. I have sold. Yes. $750,000.
Thank you. That's a Barrett-Jackson moment.